Warning: if the topic of psychological manipulation and emotional enslavement of women offends you, I want you to stop watching this video. And if you want to continue, you must agree never to use this knowledge to hurt women. Deal? Great. Let's start. In this short video, I'm going to share with you a surefire strategy on how to be dominant with a woman in a relationship. Before I learned this tactic, I used to be a complete pussy around women. I had a girlfriend, and because I was so afraid that I would lose her, I surrendered all my power to her. In short, I let her become the dominant partner in the relationship, and as I would then discover, it was a bad mistake. It shouldn't surprise you, then, that she left me. Worst, she announced to the world that she was dumping me by posting on my Facebook. Not only was it painful, it was utterly humiliating. And yet, I was somewhat grateful that it happened to me, because if not, I would have remained a wimp all my life. Frustrated and somewhat angered by my ex-girlfriend, I was completely obsessed in finding the solution to my problem. You see, I knew that I had to know how to be dominant with a woman, or I would end up with the same humiliation and torment all over again. My search ended up with Derek Rake, the world-famous mind control seduction authority who created the notorious Shogun Method. From him, I learned the fractionation technique, which I am going to share with you here. How fractionation works is easy. First, you ask your woman about a previous experience which makes her happy. For example, let's say you had a pet poodle which she was fond of. You can then say, "You know Pinky, the poodle that I once owned that you were really fond of? Remember how much fun you had with her playing fetch at the playground? She loved you so much, and whenever she saw you, she would spin in circles with pure joy." Then, give her some time to recall the joyful experiences that she had with Pinky, and let her describe to you those experiences. Then, hit her with a negative experience. For example, you can say, "She just died last week. I don't know what happened, but she got really weak. Maybe it was the food that she ate. I don't know. I held her in my arms as she passed on." Repeat the cycle. You want her to go through a succession of happy and sad experiences in a short period of time. You see, you're trying to get her to go through a roller coaster of emotions so that you connect with her and get her addicted to you emotionally. What you're doing is simply trying to replicate the soap drama effect. You know how much women are addicted to those TV shows. If you pull off the fractionation technique successfully, then you'll gain the dominant position in the relationship, and she will always be obedient to you and be under your control. It's really that simple. Before you use fractionation on anyone, I have got to warn you though. When used correctly, fractionation can get a woman under your control, enslave her, and make her fall in love with you far quicker than the usual pickup artist tricks. I have to warn you, though, that it is not possible to undo the effects of fractionation. Once you have enslaved a woman using this technique, dumping her will cause irreparable damage to her psychology. Therefore, please use this technique responsibly and ethically. To learn how you can use the Shogun Method and fractionation to manipulate a woman's mind and enslave her to you emotionally, go to fractionationhypnosis.com or click on this link right now.